he still would do it or whatever. I don't know if he's a big YouTuber. He went to the office. He bought a watch for 6'9" for 600,000. He bought
The
another.
first one, the dude has like 10 watches as it is.
Yeah, he bought another watch and he bought like a chain, a $40,000 chain for a 6'9" dog, 40K for a chain for a dog.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, some wild shit.
Business never stops, man.
So people have too much money, bro. There's a lot of money out there. People don't even know, like, oh, who got that type of money? That's what happened to my first started a business. Who's gonna buy this? Who's gonna buy this? This is too much, you know. But bro, there's rich people every fucking where, and they have stupid money people can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like people come and drop like, bro.
But before we get there,
Yeah.
Mike, what's going on, peoples? My name is Marvel Bishop, Mr. No Way But Up, the Master of Delegation, the Ace of all trades. Welcome to Convos with Bishop once again. I am here in Miami, Florida, as always, in Brickell. I'm not gonna say exactly where we are because we have to keep it confidential. But I would say that I'm with a person who is pretty much becoming an acquaintance to a friend, my guy, Mr. Mike, Mr. RM Rashard Millie Plug. What is going on, man? It's an honor, man.
Bro?
It's an honor, man. How are you? How's your mental health? How are you feeling? I know we had some business, as business always. You know what I'm saying? Before we actually had this conversation.
Yeah.
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, actually. You know, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like people think that they see the social media, they see everything that's going on, it's popping, and the sales and the celebrities and everything, and they think it's oh man, like it just happened like that. And it's constant work every day. Like you just saw me on the phone here stressing about some deal that's supposed to go through, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of like stress every day, but you have to take time for yourself and kind of fall back and like relax also and kind of balance your life out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling good.
Yeah, there's definitely there's two different types of stresses. There's the bad stress, and obviously, but what we do is we have to go through the bad stress to actually get the good stress as well too. It comes hand to hand at the end of the day.
Right,
I mean,
right.
nothing. I say that you can't have a perfect day. Like something has to go somewhat awry.
Yeah.
But when it does go awry, it's really not that bad because hopefully the good definitely outweighs the bad.
Right. So we hope for.
Yeah, man. But but you I've been. How do we meet, by the way? Before we even get into that, I met you through
Tiffany, I believe.
Tiffany, right? And Viral Kyle? No, Viral Kyle.
Was he Viral Kyle? I think it was Tiffany put us in contact.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you come to 11 for Viral Kyle's birthday? That one time when I booked their table?
I don't remember.
Probably. I don't think so.
Maybe
right?
I didn't.
It's probably Tiffany. Shout out to you, Tiffany, again for just
Tiffany
hooking up my life. She's a wonderful person, man.
I had no idea who you were though. Like I really was talking to you the whole time, and really I didn't know. And
we were developing a friendship even before us seeing face to face.
Right.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So when we started talking and everything, I was like, oh shit, like that's you. Whoa, we booked the table and blah blah blah, and we started talking about other stuff. I'm like, yo, that's. Yeah,
but that's the power of the vetting process.
Yeah,
like if it wasn't for Tiff, pretty much putting her name out on the line for me because who I am, this will not be pretty much happening.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Because I have a very hardcore filtering process to people that I allow in my space. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a certain level, it has to be that way. Before I even got to that level, I used to look at people that was doing like, it's just like, man, come on, who the fuck you think you are? But once you get to that level, you kind of understand that you can't just let everybody in your space because for your mental space, for your for the things that you do and how you move and everything like that, you have to be very careful. You have to associate with the right people that have your interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important to be around good people. And it's hard to find good people everywhere.
So being like that and having that mentality, you definitely had to get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I want to first start there, like your beginnings, and what made. Before the R Unplugged, before who you are now, like let's talk about the journey. You said you're from West Africa.
Yeah, originally.
Yeah, so talk to me about that. Talk to me about your beginnings.
Well, originally, I first moved here when I was probably about 17 years old. I was living in I was in Paris before. I was in Africa. I traveled the world just young, just so it gave me the backbone culturally to like explore different cultures. I was able to blend into knowing who this person is, who that person is, how to interact, just having parents that like are versatile and also like culturally from different cultures. It helps you kind of like see things differently. When I first came here, I just saw people were soft, like they didn't want to hustle, they didn't want to like go hard to get what they wanted.
Instant gratification.
Right. It's just like it was too easy to maybe not take over, but like people don't want to work, and you're willing to put in work. You have an edge. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been seeing. Even at school, like homework is easy. We used to have like a whole textbook. They won't tell you where they're doing the lesson from. You have to learn the whole textbook, and they would just shoot you a fucking lesson like a quiz on the whole textbook of 300 pages. Here you take 12 pages or 5 pages. You learn this, and they quiz you on that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like that. So it was a harder upbringing for me mentally, and also like it was more challenging. I feel like what I'm saying. So when you apply those lessons and those trials and whatever, you bring it here where people feel entitled, they feel like everything is given to them, and they learn bit by bit. It just makes you look at it a little bit differently, because you're looking at it like, this is easy for me because I'm used to harder shit.
Yeah. So when you were pretty much growing up and like all the teachings and the guidance that you had through like your parents, did you feel like the hard upcomings and the hard lessons that you had right before you came here and when you were 17, did you feel like you had an advantage over people, because you were talking about how like a lot of people, which I do agree with to some point, that yes, like people are soft here, like you know what I'm saying, they think they can just get shit like that. They just see a freaking $500,000 watch, you think that you just got that shit and you built that company yesterday, which is not even the case,
right?
You know.
And it takes a while, but like as far as the upbringing, my dad was still is an entrepreneur. I think I got this from my dad. When I was younger, I was actually like not as a go-getter. I was more of a just chilling. I would go to school and barely just do stuff. I was a C student, to be honest with you. I wasn't like a top A student or whatever. But my dad was a businessman. My dad used to own cab companies. He used to own like, lands and, real estate and all the stuff or whatever. But, he didn't really teach me what I had to learn. But, sometimes also entrepreneurship, you get born with it. Like it's in your vein. You just have to tap into it at the right time in your life. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of like you don't pick entrepreneurship picks you.
Yeah.
It's either you have it or you don't. Like I feel like you need to have some type of like some type of DNA within you to go through the gall and go through like the trials and tribulations of like, not making sales, maybe not one sale during the day or like, in the beginning at least. And you have to actually have like that, that mental fortitude to like say, you know what, today sucked ass, but tomorrow is another day,
Yeah.
But I really want to get into also your, so when you came here, right? So what was your first ordeal? Like, what your first business? Like, when you first came into Miami.
When I first came to Miami, I was doing clothing.
Okay.
So I had my clothing line that was doing pretty good. I already had like celebrities wearing my clothes. Like I told you, I'm very close friend with Danny Green. I've probably known him like 8 years now.
Shout out to Danny Green.
Yeah, that's my guy. So like I had a lot of celebrities wearing my clothes already. I had Kevin Durant wearing my clothes. Cool. I had Russell Westbrook, Danny Green, a bunch of other athletes. To be honest, like it's a lot of guys. But I tapped into that type of environment because I was doing something that was different. Again, once again, my first clothing line was called Leather Clothing Factory, and I launched that when leather was like a thing at the time. Like it was a long time, like 8 years ago. I want to say 7-8 years ago. It was like a wave that was going on. Like all the rappers started wearing like leather, like joggers and t-shirt and, everything like that. So all the brands that were selling it, they were selling it for like $1,000 for a shirt, you know, jeans. I mean, the leather pants was like $2,000 or whatever.
$2,000, $3,000, yeah.
And so I saw the opportunity, and I was like, yo, like I can make stuff that, you know, I can get in China, and like if I can design this and bring them to the US, I can probably sell them for a little cheaper. And I also started seeing the wave in Europe and everything like that. I was like, yo, let me try something. So this kid I went to school with, his parent had a warehouse, a manufacturing thing in China. And so I was like, yo, like if your parents can hook me up, you know, I want to design a few t-shirts, maybe some hoodies or whatever. Like hopefully they can come out with a nice product for me and everything. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I designed the shit, sent it to him. I sent him a little bit of money. I started with like $500. You know, sent it to him. He sent me some samples, and I was trying to move the sample. I put it on Etsy.com.
Yeah.
And then within a week it was sold out. I was like, oh,
really?
Shit.
Okay, what was the name of the brand?
Leather Clothing Factory.
Leather Clothing Factory. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
LCF. And so after 1 week, I was like, yo, this is cool. I took the money and I was like, yo, this stuff sold out. Can you send me more samples? He's like, well, you know, I can send you more samples, but eventually you have to order like a big amount. So I'm like, okay, we're trying to see if we can do some smaller amounts. I can try to, like, does this look like it's going somewhere? So I sent him more money, and he, you know, brought me more clothes, and I did like long sleeve, and I did like hoodies. And he brought it after like 2-3 weeks. It was sold out too. I'm like, okay, I got to put some money behind this now, you know.
Yeah.
So he went from there. Then I created an Instagram page, started posting. I had a couple of models. That was you know, I did a photo shoot. Started posting on Instagram. And I remember at the time it was like so early on Instagram that having 100 likes was a big deal.
No, yeah, definitely. No,
it was like a big deal.
Talking about, how old are you now?
I'm 33.
Okay, so we're talking like what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I was like 24. Yeah, 23, 24, 25, something like that, yeah. And so I remember like I was posting a pic and I put it on my hashtag. I was liking, I was doing whatever. And then I was like, my next pic, I gotta hit 100 views. I mean, 100 likes on my next pic. And that was my goal. I was like, I gotta have 100 likes, man. If I get 100 likes, it'll be dope, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was the beginning. We just kept on pushing it, you know, and next thing you know, it got celebrity attention. You know, they started being interested in my brand and started producing a little bit more. I did a collaboration with this pop star called Austin Mahone. And he actually got picked up by TMZ. They were comparing his clothes with Fear of God from Justin Bieber.
Fear of God, yeah.
So my clothes was like about similar to Fear of God.
Okay, got you.
So Justin Bieber was wearing some Fear of God stuff, and he was wearing my clothes, and they're like, yo, you know, they have similar style, but this brand right here is upcoming, blah, blah. So my shit blew up from there too. More sales coming in. I couldn't keep up with it, but I was like 2-3 people operation. I had my little, you know, I was operating from my living room, packaging stuff, shipping it to clients and everything like that. That was my first business.
So like when you had that business, right? And I mean, obviously it was driving, you know, it was doing good. With everything that you pretty much learned from that, did you ever anticipated you doing what you're doing now? Like, did you think that you were going to do the clothes for the rest of your life? Because I don't know. I think what you're doing now, for the whole arm plug, which is phenomenal. Like, you are the man right now. I feel like it was a little bit of a curveball, right? It was like
it was. You know, I didn't see that coming.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't see that coming. To be honest, I came up with our plug probably like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. It wasn't. I was going by my name and everything, but when I was doing the clothes, I just knew that I had a bigger vision for myself. You know what I'm saying? I started doing it. It was big, and you know, I changed the culture in Oklahoma City. I did like crazy fashion show over there. All the celebrities was there. People flew in to come to my show. I had like celebrities on the front row. All the NBA players was there. So it was phenomenal. I did show in Chicago and in LA, in New York. It was dope, but I just felt like there was a bigger calling on my life. I felt like, you know, in order for me to like break those barriers that I was looking for, that I wanted to achieve those levels I wanted to achieve, I had to do something else. I didn't know it was watches. I liked watches, but I didn't know I was gonna tap into it as big, because I believe in brainwashing yourself and also obtaining certain levels, like breaking certain levels in your life. There's one thing that I call your money blueprints. Well, I've learned that from the book that I read before.
Okay.
And your money blueprints is like how you think about money, how you perceive money. if you thinking about money as, okay, well, you know, 2,000 is a lot of money for you, then that's what you're gonna see is $2,000.
Limitations on your mind.
Exactly. So that's your money blueprints. That's how you feel about money. That's how you think about money. That's how you know what I'm saying? So let's say take an example of this sales guy that sells cars. Every year he makes like 45,000 a year, 45,000. Every year it's consistent. Like no matter how much he sells, he might sell 10 cars this month, 5 cars next month, 3, and then he end up with 45,000 every year. That's what his mind is set up for. That's his money blueprints. So even if there's a big sale that happens, like in December or whatever, and then he end up making $60,000 that year, the year after he's gonna go back to 45 because that's what his money blueprint is. So in order for you to break your money blueprints, you have to re-brainwash yourself to start thinking that you're worth more, that you want more, that you deserve more. And once you break that, you can start making more money.
So I'm gonna be completely transparent. I was a little what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidated to actually have this conversation right now, because like I could say I'm the type of person, like I make good money, you know, but like the level that the type of money you have to make to actually acquire a richer Millie is like, dog, like my brain is like, I can't even fucking comprehend it. like for real, dog. So I say that, man, and I really appreciate that lesson, because that kind of like, you know, turn the clock within my brain a little bit. Where if you want to attain more, like you have to think better, you have to think up. With that, you have to unlock certain brain patterns to accept that. So I say that to say this is that, you know, you did well for the clothing company, but now we're just growing into you being the RM plug. Like, it's a different ball game, bro. Like, we're not just like, yes, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for clothes is a lot, but like we're talking like, you know, Richard Mille costs a Lambo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about like houses. Fucking like houses. The watch that apparently the wood house I want is probably one of the most expensive Richard Milles, right? Of course, right? 580, right? So, I want to get into that, like how you prepared yourself to take that next step into selling watches to the 1% of the world,
right?
Because that's like yes, you had athletes, yes, you had rich people, but like we're talking about wealthy motherfuckers here, you know. So you get into that.
I think again, it goes back to the preparation and also brainwashing yourself to be able to. I always said before I even got to break those barriers of my life, I was making 2,000-3,000 per deals when it comes to not even watches, like because I had a marketing company as well besides the clothing line, and so I remember telling myself like, yo, I want to go on this. I want to close a $15,000 deal. You know, I want to close. At first, I want to close $2,000 and $5,000. So I was just checking off things that I could do. You know, and I went to 15, and 15 was challenging for me. I was like, yo, I really want to close a $15,000 deal one day. That was one day for me. You know, then it ended up happening. Then after that happened, I'm like, if you can close 10, 15,000, then you can close 100,000, you can close 200,000. I just didn't know how it was going to happen. For me, I was like, I'm going to close a big wholesale deal with my clothing line, and somebody would give me 100,000 or 200,000. And so when the whole watch thing came, I think it's just like when it's safe for you to manifest something in your life, like you have to like go and be in it. Like you have to like see the house and walk in the house, and you have to go drive that car. You have to go
envision it. You actually have to put it in your brain.
You have to go touch that watch or whatever. That's kind of like what happened for me. You know, when I started with the watches and with my mentor and everything, I just started being around it. You know, I just started touching it. I started feeling it. I started like putting it on my wrist and promoting it and doing all the stuff. And so when that happened, I think he just kind of unlocked something there for me. And when it did, I just didn't let it go. I just kind of stayed with it. Like, okay, if I can sell this, I can make this type of money. And if I make this type of money, I can save up and I can do this and I can do that. So I started just thinking about how I can level up with that, you know? And so I just started, and I you know, I don't even think that my mentor, like, he knew that I was gonna go far. He knew that I was gonna like tap into some different shit, like different level type of shit. But I don't think that he envisioned me to have moved that fast. Because I'm the type of person that I would learn something but I would learn everything about it.
Yeah. All right, so we had some technical difficulties, honestly, so we had to switch it up a little bit. These cameras are very, very sensitive, but it's all good. All right, so where were we? So we were talking about how you got into the whole Richard Mille game and how you developed this the brain blueprint, and you had that, and you had to pretty much manifest and actually put yourself in a situation to attract what you want, right? And I'm in your, your humble abode right here, and I see Richard Mille all over the place. I see the books and everything too, which we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I kind of want to talk about because, like, and furthermore, you've done the work, and you keep on doing the work to pretty much have a vetting process for yourself, because you have a vetting process for everybody else. But you have a vetting process for yourself as far as like your craft and to know what the hell you're talking about. Now, I want to get into the realm of trust and integrity, because in this realm, this is not closed. This is like
It's real money.
This is some real fucking money. This is real wealth. So I want to talk about the process that you've had, no matter what it is, of getting this type of trust with your clients to spend this type of wealth with you, this type of investment with you, because this is huge. Because I don't think anybody can just be a plug like this. There's a lot of frauds out there. There's a lot of fake people. There's a lot of people that try to sell Richard Mille for $500,000 is only worth $1,000.
$200.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you probably know all of them. You know what I'm saying? And you can definitely expose them. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you have to. So I want to talk about that, like, the process of you actually gaining the trust of these wealthy people for them to be your clients.
Right. Well, that's a process that takes a long time. Okay, it's a process that doesn't happen overnight, because obviously you have to, in order for anybody that's rich, that's wealthy, for them to get there, they have to be smart. They know and they feel when you're on a certain level. So that process obviously takes time for it to happen, but you have to build that for yourself. So the trust comes in when first of all, you have enough, when you're an expert. In order for you to be an expert, you have to have enough knowledge about whatever subject that you're teaching or whatever you're talking about. So people buy from experts. People buy from people that they can trust, people that they can answer the questions, they can pretty much know the shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you want to buy something from me, and you don't know me from Adam and Eve. Like, first of all, you're gonna want to know how, you know what I'm saying, like, if I really got the product, if it's real, who else I bought from me and everything like that. And that's what people it's a no-brainer when it comes to me, because I have so many people that bought from me. I have so many people that trusted me with their purchases. So when you call me talking about $20,000, they're like, bro, this is what I spent $500,000 with me. You're $20,000 and shit. Know that respectfully, it's a lot of money, but I deal with bigger money. You know what I'm saying? So like the trust, like I said, comes with establishing you as an expert. In order for you to be an expert, you have to know exactly what you're talking about. You have to be in that field for a minute. You have to have proven yourself. You have to pay your dues in order for you to become an expert. And once you're an expert and you have all the trust, and you have all the not just the clientele, but the people that have bought from you, whether it's a small piece or a big piece that are vouching for you, then it becomes more of okay, that's what brings the trust to other people. I mean, this guy sent me $400,000 and left this piece with me for like a week. If you don't trust somebody, you're never gonna do that.
You know what's funny? So I'm in the 1% business as well too. Like I own a concierge company, and I deal with a lot of people like that. Like rich people, wealthy people. They actually purposely do shit like that to see where you're at. Like, it's crazy.
It happens a lot, and then and once you pass the test over and over and over again, it becomes like a really easy conversation. It becomes a more of like a natural thing that happens. Even the conversation are a lot more light. It's no longer like oh man, this is so much money. It's like, okay, it's another transaction. That's literally the way I see it now. It's just another transaction. Like, because you do the transaction, you make sure. I'm very big on customer service. I would go above and beyond for all my clients, because my name means more to me than the money. My name is established in the ground. Like nobody can. And then respectfully, people can try to threaten me about, they can take me out the game, or nobody can take me out no fucking game. Like, I'm here to stay.
Don't even want to take you out of the game. It's yourself at the end of the day.
It's
you know what I'm saying? You've
God.
done the work, and God too. Like, you did the work so much that like this is your purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you're pretty much meant to be. I have a question. When you first sold your first big piece, talk to me about that. Like was that one of your proudest moments, or was that one of your nervous moments? Because I can talk to you about the first time I actually landed a really big client in my realm.
Yeah,
it was the most nerve-wracking fucking shit in the world.
Yeah,
honestly. So,
well, I remember that moments like it was like yesterday, because I think that's when I actually felt like, because I'm so hard on myself. I'm very hard on myself. I'm the type of person I would work hard and I'll close a deal. Even now, after the next deal, it's like, okay, what's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? But I feel like at the time when that happened, I literally felt like, mama, I made it. Nice. That's kind of like, it hit me like, yeah, you doing something that you never made this type of money before. You never experienced this before. You never, I had closed this deal. I remember I flew to New York, to pick up the piece for my client. He had already paid for it and everything. I had to just go pick it up and, make sure everything was good. The box of papers, everything is on point, so I can go hand deliver it to the client.
Yeah.
And so I remember being I first went shopping. I went to a spot, like real popular spot that all the rappers go to, all the celebrities go to. I went there and everything like that. I picked me up like a couple of things or whatever, spent some money. And then my client said he was ready to meet me and everything with the piece. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So I called me my my driver. He pulled up and everything, and I'm in the car. I'm on the FDR. I think it was the highway, in New York.
Yeah.
So we on there, and Rowdy Rich song comes on.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? That song comes on, right? And so I'm rolling, and I'm seeing the you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing the New York City. I have a driver, you know what I'm saying, I got my scarf on, I got a nice watch on, I got some money on me, I got an expensive ass piece.
Manifest destiny. Bro.
I'm about to go deliver to a client, my biggest purchase, my biggest sale.
Yeah.
And the song comes on, and it's lit, and I'm sitting in the car like I almost have tears to my eyes.
Bro, I'm out to
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I almost have tears to my eyes. I'm like, how did I get here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from shit. I'm from Africa, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never had this type of experience before. I dreamed about being able to sell one watch and probably make like 2-3 bands, and I took myself to a certain level where like I'm selling watches that worth for $500,000 and people are actually buying it from me. And I'm making a living off of this. And as much I was going, because sometimes like you just, your head is down, you work so hard, you forget to look up and be like, yo, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Like, you keep climbing,
you don't,
and you don't look back, you don't look down, and then you like, you raise your head, you're like, yo, everybody's down.
You don't smell your flowers.
Yeah, that day, I feel like I lifted my head up and I was just looking around to see what was going on, and I felt like I was there, and it hit me different, and I was proud of myself for probably the first time in a long time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful thing, man, to really like just bask in the glory of like your process and what you do, and just enjoy what you do. With that being said, there's a lot of people that don't really understand the importance of making sure that you do your deed, that you actually complete the customer service side and be as hospitable as possible in this type of realm. And I think that's one of the connections and the synergies that me and you have, is because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money they spend, you still have to go above and beyond for your clients to lock in a client forever. Because it's not just about just getting that Richard Mille, selling that one Richard Mille for one, or that AP, or that Hube, or whatever you sell. It's about developing that relationship,
of course,
so they can come back to you, and they can actually bring their friends to come back to you. That is what it's all about. That's something that we don't really talk about, bro. So I wanna get into real quick about how important, man, it is to be as hospitable and to show the level of customer service and go above and beyond for your clients. Because I feel like a lot of people don't do that. They think that they can just, I think
most people don't do it, bro.
Most people don't do it. No, not at all.
They're looking at a client as it's just another transaction. It's just another transaction. I'm making money. Move on. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm actually probably like thriving in my business, because I offer this extra layer of not just security, but also a layer of like hospitality that people feel that it's warm, it's real. You know, it's not just, okay, I'm taking your money and I'm gone. Like, you get your stuff and get the fuck out of here. It's not that. For me, I have a phrase that I've actually trademarked that says, when you buy from them, it's just a transaction. When you buy from me, it's an experience. So I'm gonna say it again. When you buy from them, it's just a transaction. When you buy from me, it's an experience.
Facts.
Because from what I've seen, being in a business, send me a wire, I send your product. Send me a wire, I send your product. Send me a product. I talk to my clients. Sometimes they don't even buy the watch that they call me to buy. They buy a different watch, a better watch, or maybe something that fit more the budget or whatever it is. Because I don't want to just take your money. Like, it's cool. If I don't make money from you, I'll make money from somebody else. I'm going to be making money. It's not about the money for me. It's about how you going to feel about your piece whenever you get it. You know, as you're going to be happy with it. You're going to be, is this something that fulfill you right now? Is this something that, you know what I'm saying, are you in a level of your life that you can afford this piece right now? Should you wait a little bit more so you can get another piece? Are you comfortable in the watch game? Is it your first piece, or should you just jump in and buy something $150 when it's your first piece? You have enough money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to know more about you, about who you are as a person. Like, what do you fit in? Like, is it a AP more for you, or a Patek more for you? You know what I'm saying? Are you a Richard Mille person? Are you on that level? Or you just want to, like, you know, grab it just because or whatever, you know? You want to do iStyle, you want to do plain, or should you I talk more to them so I can understand where they're coming from, so I can advise them more on what they need to do.
So talk to me about, like, what are, like, the different levels when it comes to the type of person that you should be, or like what kind of watch should be for this type of person. Like, okay, like, how do you know, and like, how do you educate them? Like, okay, like, if you buy a Hublot, this is that type of person. Kind of like, like Ferraris and Lambos and all that. There's different people that buy those different things. So educate me on that, as far as like what type of people buy certain watches.
Well, it's not easy to tell like right away, but you have to, once with the conversation, you can kind of tell.
Okay.
If they're more of this type of person, depending on where they go, where they hang out. If they're married, they're not married. They have kids and things like that. Like, like a guy that works, he has a nice job, like making $150,000 a year. His wife got a nice job also. They have a family and everything like that. They're Rolex all day. You know what I'm saying? That's a Rolex family. Like, you buy a nice Rolex, you have a nice Sky Dweller or Prezi, you look like a responsible person. You're a boss. You know what I'm saying? And that's, nobody can take that from you. Now, if you're a young guy, you making, $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month, consistently, $80,000, $100,000 a month or more. You have an Amazon business, you have a clothing business, you have whatever business you have that you're making money, you're doing wholesale this or whatever you're doing, you have an e-com business, whatever, you have that flow coming in. I recommend you to buy a nice piece, because those environments also require people that, you hang out with people that have the money. So they're going to flex on you. So if you're at a certain level, that Rolex ain't gonna cut it for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't pull up the little.
Not all watches are created equal.
Yeah. So depending on who you are, you cool with a Rolex. But if you're in a certain environment, you're gonna be there and you're gonna be with the cheapest watch in the thing, and then they're like, when they start doing that, pouring champagne on their watches.
Yeah, then you can't do that.
You can't do that, because your watch costs $6,500 and everybody watches $100,000. You know what I'm saying? You can't put your watch there. You don't belong. So if you're making that kind of money, also adjust your level to whatever you. Don't be scared, because it's an investment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say investment piece. People that want to buy iStyle stuff and everything too is cool. Like, there's not all iStyle is bad. That people don't get that.
So okay, so let's get into that real quick, because I'm of the notion and there's a person who just bought a piece from you that bought a bust down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to mention it, just off of privacy.
Yeah.
He probably won't care anyway, but just in case.
Yeah.
I thought, and I've always been educated and always thought that when you bust down a Rollie, it depreciates. So that's not always the case.
No.
Okay,
not.
talk to me about that.
All right. So, for example, a Rolex, they just 41 millimeters. Okay. You can get it used for about $13,000, $13,500, $14,000. When you bust down that particular watch, it's worth $28,000 to $30,000. Now, due to that example right now, we'll backtrack it to Patek Philippe 5980. 5980 is about 200 to 210 right now in the current market.
Got it.
The bust down version of the rose gold is exactly the same price with the plain version. Sometimes the plain actually worth more.
Okay.
So people see that, they're like, "Oh, you busting your watch, you lost the value." You lost the $20,000 that you paid to bust the watch down because the plain is worth more than the actual bust down, but it's still worth the money. But you lost that depreciation. You lost that because people would rather buy that particular watch plain.
Yeah.
The demand for bust down on that watch is not as much as the demand for plain. So of course it's gonna worth more. It's gonna worth less. The iStyle is gonna be worth less than the actual plain.
Got it.
But in the other case, the iStyle one is gonna be worth more than the plain because it's a smaller piece and everything like that. So depending on the scenario, things can change.
Got you.
So people don't really get that. They're like looking at, okay, the watch, if you bust down a watch, is bad. Like it's not always the case.
English is bliss, dog. Because as soon as when I always see watches is bust down, I'm like, nah, I don't want that fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like
it's not the truth. It's not.
Wow.
You gotta. That's why you have to be educated. You have to know about this stuff. You know, like I post some stuff to educate my fans on my story, and they still get stuff wrong. I post a watch with the actual name on the watch.
Yeah.
1103. It says it right there, and I said 3 options, and they picked the wrong option. And I'm like, yo, 100 people picked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, but like people don't look at it. They don't pay attention. They just it must be this. They just instead of just paying attention a little bit, you see that it's not. It says it right there on the watch. 1103.
Education is definitely important, man. And what's also important is the the power of who are you around with. And I kind of want, before you wrap up, because this has been phenomenal. Talk about the like the people that bring you up, the people that stay on your ass to make sure that you're always selling the best products, selling at the highest level. Because you were saying in the beginning that having the vetting process as far as getting people to get to know you is extremely difficult, which it should, because not everybody should be able to come into your temple.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of intrigued on that. Yeah. As far as because the people that I guess a microcosm of it, I know them too, and they're very, very established people, very well established people. So if you can talk to me about that.
Okay, so the power of, I guess, being around the right people, correct?
Yes.
Well, I feel like it's pretty much 90% of your business. Being around your network, as people say all the time, your network is your net worth. And it takes a while to kind of understand that if you don't know what you're doing. But once you get it, you understand that every single relationship is very vital for your success. If you treat your friends, your peers, your business partners with respect and you show them love and you nurture that relationship, they're the same people that can refer you to the next person and the next person, and they can open up more doors for you. Word of mouth is very important in this business. I mean, selling online is cool, but people don't trust online. Even if you're big.
Especially the 1%, bro.
Yeah. No, they want a personal relationship. They want a personable transaction. They want to, want somebody they can call and be like, yo, bro, like I want to trade this piece. I want to go online and talk to a chat with somebody online. It just doesn't make sense, And so nurturing your network is super, super vital for a successful business when it comes to the watch business. So maybe hospitality business too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so for me, my clients are like my friend, because they all got the money. Everybody's rich in my circle. It's not one person that's probably not a millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so anytime they need something or whatever, okay, I want this piece, I want, you know what I'm saying? I give them free education on some of this stuff. Okay, this is going down, this is going up, or maybe, you know, wait a little before I buy this piece or buy at this price or whatever. Even if they don't buy from me. You know, sometimes I don't have always the best deal. I don't have all the watches. I have some watches. Sometimes I don't have certain watches. Sometimes you can get a better deal from this person. Maybe he bought it for a little bit cheaper than me at the time. He can offer you a better deal. I'm like, yo, buy from him. It's cool.
Yeah, it's all
so they respect that, you know what I'm saying, from me. I don't have to always make the money.
That's huge, bro. And I actually really applaud you on that because to be a person that is a pool and an entity of information, the good stuff and like, you know, the positive energy that you like, you being like pretty much like a hub of energy of information, it's always gonna come back to you, bro. Yeah. Like and that right there, bro, is very, very important because for me, bro, at the end of the day, like, you know, we spoke about a couple of, you know, my people who I know that are clients or it could be clients, whatever. There are times that they go to me, there are times they don't. Yeah. But I'm always going to be a center of information for them because of the type of person and the moral compass that I have, because I actually care about the person, and I know for sure that hey, if that does not necessarily mean that they're not gonna go with you, but they may go with you at the end.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's the long haul. That's why I really like. I want to have this conversation with you because with you, I get this notion that like this is not short term. This is long term. This is forever. Relationships are forever. You know what I'm saying? Money is you know finite at some point. But relationships and who you know as people and connection, that is forever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I play for the forever game. I play the long run type of game. I don't. Short term always gets you fucked on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I always look at people as how we can make money together in the future, you know. So it's not for me. That's why I always, again, going back to my favorite phrase, when you buy from them, it's just a transaction. For me, it's an experience. You know, you buy from me is an experience because it's not just about just that transaction. I want long term. I want to be able for you to buy from me over and over and over again. You might not buy from me today. I might educate you or give you some advice on something that you buy from this person. But maybe when you trade that piece, it comes back to me.
Fact.
Then, you know what I'm saying, we do more business together and we grow together. And, you know, down the line, like, I might go to your wedding or you know what I'm saying, things like that. Like, we become friends and family forever. You know, you start building up a relationship. It's more genuine. It's more real, I feel like. You know, my clients, I can call them right now any day. Like, we have other businesses going on, you know, because again, it's like a certain realm that you tap into. Everybody's rich. Everybody's got something going on that's not watches.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, now I can build this business relationships. Okay, you're doing this. Okay, I want to tap into this too. Like I want to invest in this. Then I have another business going on here. Then I have another business going on here. But this is an expert in the field. This is not no bullshit stuff that you can just, I'm gonna try this out. This is how they're making money with what they're doing already.
Yeah. When you just focus on literally just the transaction, the buck stops there.
Yeah.
But then when you actually focus on the person and develop that relationship, you know, it's forever.
Yeah.
The possibilities are of even having that relationship foster, but also making more business and more money is endless.
Yeah. No,
so sure. Man, that's a gem right there.
Sure.
Bro, this has been fantastic. I don't want to take too much of your time. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool.
I appreciate you inviting me to your house, man, and educating me and inspiring me as well too, and unlocking, you know, my patterns in my brain as well too, man. Like I definitely appreciate that. No problem, so before we go, I would love for you to put, not that you need it, any type of like shameless plugs or whatever, any type of new projects you got going on, this and that, please go ahead.
Okay. Well, before I even say that about the project and everything, I want people to also understand and know that they have to take in consideration being an entrepreneur is not an easy journey, right? You have to put in the work. You have to believe, and you have to know that sometimes the tunnel that you're in, sometimes when it's dark and you don't see nothing, as long as you believe that at the end of the tunnel there's a light there. As long as you just believe that and keep going, one day it's gonna start picking out this little light is gonna start picking out. It's gonna start growing and start bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just gonna create and grow, and you're gonna be able to see out one day as long as you keep going. So you shouldn't ever think about giving up, especially when you believe in yourself all the way. Never give up, because that's when people get lost. They start something and they almost there, and they're like, shit, it's not working, and just give up and they start doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so for any entrepreneur that's out there, if you have something that you really focus on, that you really want it to work, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like it right now. It might be a little project that everybody says bullshit, you know, but you in your heart know that, okay, my little project that I've been working on for 2 years or 5 months or whatever it is, I know this is gonna go somewhere. Maybe NASA might pick it up, and it's like, that's a far-fetched goal. Who the fuck how you gonna get to NASA? Like, those crazy type of goals. Yeah. Don't fucking give up.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one that knows that what you're doing might be, interested in. Somebody might need it. However you're gonna get to NASA, it doesn't fucking matter. Just believe in what you're doing all the fucking way. And so that's what I wanted to put out there. And also make sure you celebrate every single one of your successes. It doesn't matter if it's a small success. If you just close a $2,000 deal and you close a $5,000, celebrate those. Does that give you that it release that endorphin in your brain? Mm-hmm. That's going to help you to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. Because it's not easy to be in that phase where you have no sales, you have no success, you have no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when that one success comes, celebrate that. It's okay. It doesn't have to be the big one that you want. It doesn't have to be that Rolls Royce or that. If you didn't have a car and you buy that little Honda, celebrate that Honda. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Go all the way. And once you buy the BMW, celebrate that. Even if you're trying to get to the Bugatti, celebrate that BMW. Because people fail to be grateful. You have to be grateful. In order for you to unlock your life, that's the number one thing. You have to be grateful for what you have now. If you're not grateful for what you have now, you're not going to be able to get to what you want.
Yeah.
Because God is not going to give you what you just praying for if you're not thankful for what you have currently right now on your plate. So you have to be grateful for the moments, for the time that you're spending with the people that's around you, that's supporting you right now. You have to be grateful for those and what you have right now in order for you to grow. It's very, very important. You know what I'm saying? And people don't get that. They don't understand. You're grateful for your job that you have now because some people don't have a job. Grateful for the business that you have that's bringing you $1,000 a month when you wish it was bringing you $5,000, but be grateful for that $1,000. Be grateful for that little money that's bringing, because one day it's going to grow as long as you keep growing.
One is always better than zero.
Better than zero. And so going back to my project, I have a course that I've developed to help young entrepreneurs that have aspired or that I've inspired to be watch traders. I've been getting DMs, emails for probably the last 6 months, 6 months straight. Please, I want you to drop a course. I want to learn to do this. I want to learn to do this. And this is a very close, secretive business. People don't let nobody in.
Yeah.
Same
thing with the concierge business. It's very, very,
very, very tight, Yeah. And so I've been putting this course together for probably like last couple of months, 2-3 months now. And it's finally going to launch in the next 2 weeks, I would say. My guy's working on all the videos. We're putting it together. We're reviewing everything.
Good.
And so we're going to launch that in the next 2 weeks or so. Good. So that'll be one of my biggest projects that I'm going to launch soon. And so I'm proud of that because I really gave a lot of information there for people to be able to start after finish my course and probably make the first flip, making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per deal and go from there. And I'm also going to offer mentorship. I'm going to have a class coming up in August, live class that people will be able to pay for, sign up, and then be able to attend live class with me and do, face-to-face training.
Got it.
So I'm going to have that soon, launching. Probably going to also do virtual calls, real soon also. And I have a book coming up on my birthday, September 25th. I'm dropping my book. My first book ever, and and I have other stuff that's gonna be in the fourth quarter of the year. That's more product based, like watch cases and things like that. But that's a little further down. But my course is definitely gonna be my latest project that I'm working on right now. And y'all go check out my new article. I have an article that just dropped on Yahoo Finance. Yeah. So they talk about my journey and how I started and what I've been able to accomplish throughout the few years.
Bro, I am rightfully tapped out and I am full. I'm full of information. I'm full of inspiration. I'm full of motivation. All that shit. Get this money. Get this success. Build these relationships.
Yes.
Mr. Mike R. Unplugged. It's been a fucking honor.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Until next time.
Thank you, bro.
My guys, Noe, but as always, Convos with Bishop.